The final rounds are upon us. It is round 4 of these prelim seedings. I'm still Soabdan. I'm here with the Tau Panda, and we've got two of our old friends back for more. We've got Best Bteam and Hungry Hypothesis on stream for you for this final game, and both these teams have come a little bit of a ways from where we first saw them, especially the Bteam in particular.
Yes. I am so excited to see Bteam again. We were talking about this when we watched their set before. They have such a great potential of being able to work together, so I really hope we get to see that here.
Our fingers crossed for that potential to show up, especially amongst those players that we've seen. But Hungry Hypothesis and newer faces, and just looking over there, looking over their roster is fascinating. 3 NZAP players. That's a powerful lineup. Double Wiper players. Like, this is a roster that could just throw you through a loop if you don't think you know what's coming.
Yes. I'm really excited to see like how they put these together. Are we going to see something that we saw in earlier rounds, like double shot or shot T-Tech with a wiper? Are they going to go with the heavy edit? Are they going to bring the ballpoint with Tozy? I don't know. It could be anything, but I feel like these two teams are going to be well matched with their weapon pools.
They are, yeah, they are both in the middle of the pack as well. So, you know, again, we're looking at seeding at this point. So the better you can do through these point rounds, the better means once we make this top cut after this match, you'll in a better position you'll be. And considering how far these teams have come already, now you should be warmed up. You should be used to each other's play styles, and we should be seeing some of the best play these teams will have. It looks like it'll only be one zap from the one side. We immediately had a DC. God bless you, Mr. Nintendo. God bless you. Look, I don't know about y'all, but this is what happens when you don't pay your respects to Mr. Nintendo. That's just the way it goes.
Yes, I've heard this.
It's worth looking, though. Speaking of, while we're waiting for Mr. Nintendo to allow us to play the game, though, we never really got to look at where we're going, so we are going to kick it off on Crableg Capital with Blitz, Clan Blitz. We'll go to Undertow on Rainmaker and Hagglefish on Splat Zones. We'll see those ones again. So, I mean, we've seen Crableg before here on Capital. What do you make of Clan Blitz, though, here?
Clan Blitz I actually like better than Rainmaker for this map. And I believe that's the mode we saw earlier, was Rainmaker. Yes. Just because I feel like the clams spawn in areas of the map that aren't like entirely inaccessible, but at the same time you kind of have to get creative at times, and with defense as well, because the right side of the plat, if you're the defender, can get camped very easily by the enemy, or it could be a really useful drop point for your team if you keep it painted and you keep an eye on it. And of course there's the middle grates, there's the side grates to get across. I love it. I love Clan Blitz.
There's a lot of entryways, like you said, for all of these, but it's worth noting that it is grates, right? Like, so there's not a lot of safe high ground that you can play on. There's a lot of angles you have to watch out there, and you have to play a little bit conservatively. If you take those angles, you're not necessarily just going to be able to commit and camp it, kind of like you said. Those grates really do make a difference in how your team is going to position around it.
Yeah, so I call it the creative Crableg capital Clan Blitz strategies.
I love DJM. Somewhere DJM just smiled by that level of alliteration, but we're smiling because we're back in and we got all our teams back. So no changes to the loadouts will be made, but we will see quite a variety. And I mean, again, I'm watching the B team because they are, playing. They do have that dualies one trick that is really making this is really an outlier here for Typo.
Yes. But they had some pretty good positioning in the previous round, so I'm hoping they bring that here. Getting a crab in top mid on the grates can really make or break a push as far as timing goes for Clan Blitz here.
Those early aggressive missiles come out, no one punished on it, but it's paired with a great flank, so the Ink will continue to move there. 430, kicking it off strong. 12 clams immediately for B team, and they have taken control of the space. The early picks traded back, though. So Ink's Triple Zuka coming in, finds one on the side, looking for more. Mocha looking for more, just going to try to play out from the edge, looking for a pick. Sees, knows they're there, but just can't quite complete it. The rest of the team just trying to capitalize on it, but they couldn't quite make the pick.
No, they couldn't, but the follow-up to the Inkjet with the missiles might buy them a little time here, as Hungry Hypothesis brings out their own specials. Mocha still having a 1v1, gets the pick, trying to find some space to get close to the basket, gets picked.
Looking to approach with that clam, and there's one more clam in waiting, but it's you can't make that push two down. The hammer's out as well. I think I heard that there. Gets yeeted. Misses the crab though. Nope, no crabs. Crab's still safe here for now, but both of those clams are not safe. So all of that hard work from the B team is lost as we sit with 33 on the clock.
Yes, but they're keeping a lot of ink on the ground. They're capitalizing on their positions in mid, but 3 players go down, and Hungry Hypothesis has juice up.
So they'll have this chance to push. It's going to be now. No clams in sight, but 10 on their total side. They now have positioning, so they're getting in there, but they can't quite compete the click. Finally, they get pushed back though. Trades come through. Trizuka is sent in. Ink strike fades, but finally it's broken, and they'll finally start to tick this clock down for the Hungry Hypothesis.
Yes, and they have 10 clams now. They might be able to keep it open with a couple of clams. They made a power clam in the meantime. I don't know if they found the route to get in with it though.
Didn't look like it. 74 will be the number to beat for right now. Best B team looking in. One special on board. They'll have an Inkjet. They need it. Mocha in a bit of a dangerous position here, trying to find an angle to get a pick. Swiping, looking, trying to find something, but Cooler is up for Hypothesis. They'll have at least some regens there. Going live, Trizuka comes out, looking for more. Sam Grace can't quite find anything, does eventually get punished for it. 2 down for best B team. 1 traded back, but this push is as good as over as the rest of Hungry Hypothesis jumps back.
Yeah, Mocha's doing a great job trying to keep up a little bit of pressure in mid, but all by himself. There's not much Mocha can do other than stay on the sidelines and kind of get thrown out of position.
Specials continue to fly. There are clams up for both sides, but neither team really able to push forward on it. The trade happens just off that flank, but no one is home to capitalize on it. We remain deadlocked here with 1:50 on the clock.
They have 1 special online, but Hungry Hypothesis did lose a player. They had Tacticooler. They might get back quickly. It doesn't look like they had a chance to guzzle it down.
They did not. Another Cooler is up for Hungry Hypothesis. Looking for more Inkjet in. Specials abound. Looking for this push here. Trying to find something. They have the lead, but they don't. They're trying to find more here. They're just trying to play for the picks right now. Sam Grace in a difficult spot. Manages to get the pick and get out alive. So they have the positioning. They just don't have the clam to back it up. The clam is finally in, and it looks like they'll get the break. It looks like they're pushing for that break, but can't quite get it.
No, they can't. The 1 basket break, as it wasn't very strong. They kind of took a long time to get their clams together, and now that they have a power clam, it's like they're struggling to get the rest of it together. If Hungry Hypothesis can get both sides, the offense, the specials, and the clam economy, then hopefully we'll be able to see them tick this lead down even further.
14 clams and 45 seconds left here. Hungry Hypothesis just going to hold out and play a little bit more defensively. They have a power clam, so they know they can play into that. Sam Grace sends one in, trying to find anybody as the push begins to come in from best B team. Looking for anything. 2 down from the side of Hungry Hypothesis. It's the Inkjet trying to make a play. The hammer falls as well. The barrier breaks and it's 80. Any more clams from B team could tip this their way. Is there anybody that can put it in? Sam Grace looks, misses the clam. No, they're getting denied. 20 seconds on the clock, and the push that was supposed to be the saving grace from the best B team falls short with 15 seconds on the clock.
And they have no pity clam. Their basket's open. If they can stave this off, I don't think so. I think the basket's just open now. I'm not sure if they'll have a chance for overtime.
No. It's over. That push was made. It was the best shot they have, and Hungry Hypothesis just put it into motion and shut it down.
I feel like that was a clutch Inkjet for Hungry Hypothesis. They had 2 of their members down. There was Ink coming up their ramp. Did they bat an eye? Did they back down? No. They used their Inkjet, buy time, let their teammates respawn, and they really shut down that push from best B team, I think, really effectively.
Right you are. I mean, that was a great Inkjet to save it. finding those picks was so valuable in that last second. And, we're getting at that point where you have to, like you said, you can't crack under pressure. You have to be able to feel confident enough to make those plays, especially when you're playing such an important position as that backliner. That inkjet is such an important a piece to this whole puzzle, and it'll be equally important here over on Undertow Spillway for Rainmaker. You have to be able to use that to your advantage to get to those high grounds, to manipulate those angles. Hungry Hypothesis, clearly no fear in that regard.
Yeah. Undertow, Rainmaker, like you said, it's all about making sure you stay in control of the high grounds, because once you make, it seems like one small misstep, one small oversight, the Rainmaker already takes your checkpoint, now someone's in your uninkable, and you could lose so much so quickly on Undertow.
This definitely feels like one of those maps that can realistically kind of snowball out of control if you just let it realistically. You get them past that first checkpoint onto that kind of corner flank, and suddenly you have to, main suddenly becomes a flank, and suddenly that kind of positioning really tests your team here. So Hungry Hypothesis looking to keep themselves near the top with this map too. So what change? I mean, it's hard to say here with Bteam because they don't have a lot of options in some regards. Are we cursing the typo one trick right now? What do you think?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we're cursing the typo one trick. It's difficult because I feel like Bteam has the potential to use the strengths they already have. They just have to do it together. We saw a little bit of that at the beginning of this last game with Mocha, and his teammate used the Inkzuka to follow up what Mocha was doing. So if they can just do that more here, I think we'll might see a 1-to-1 in this set.
Well, hopefully we can get that tie up 1-to-1 as we're looking a lot of sticky grenades there will come through. So initially a first pop early. I mean, this is normal. This is such a wide map when it comes to those angles. And you can see, I love this aggression of Hungry Hypothesis. They are just pushing deep on those flanks. Oh, it's already set up. They already have the way. Hungry Hypothesis just ran it down the sideline.
When did they get that ink there? It was like a runway for the Rainmaker. The inkjet's coming out. They already picked up the Rainmaker. The hammer to try to stop this inkjet. Will it find him?
No, it does eventually.
What?
Eventually the fly is swatted, but the damage has been done. It's already pushed. It's 51%. And Best Bteam now has to dig themselves out of the hole. Marku just waiting, looking, lurking. Will they find it? No. Oh, they managed to catch a little bit of the ink. Gonna try to reset this up. It looks like that's what's gonna be the play. He's gonna make a stop from behind. Trying to make that pick. Catches the Rainmaker. Doesn't eventually get the splat, but they're gonna try to play this up and ahead. It's two behind now, and that's an Inkzuka to try to clear the space here. Doesn't catch. Catches one, but eventually is traded out here as Best Bteam will try to move this, but they have the two-player advantage. They have to push now.
They do. They have to get some ground control. Make sure they get their ink on the ground. They kind of lost that window. Maybe it was strategic, waiting for the Rainmaker to reset, wait for their specials to come online. We're seeing Tacticooler, Inkzuka. They're looking for a pick. They're not trying to be too hasty. But the picks just aren't coming. They're using the inkjet. Finally! 2 down.
That's a push for them, and you can see it. The Rainmaker slowly moves. Inkzuka trying to find the pick there. Typo absolutely just outplays that, breaks the ankles, and gets one. Unfortunately, finally gets brought down. 3 minutes on the clock. That's 2. The hammer comes through. Make it 3. Clutches that throw. There's the full wipeout for the hammer.
That was amazing. I hate to see it. I am not a fan of the stamp, but that was amazing. What a stop to that push. Bteam, do not get shaken up by that. You can do this. Get your ink on the ground. Just run it back. Build your specials again.
2:30 on the clock. Looking for more. Rainmaker firing in, trying to find anybody. The Trizuka catches them though, so they'll be stopped for now. And It'll be 80 on the side for Best B Team. They have to try to break this and get the push. They have the numbers, and you can see trying to push the spot. Mocha looking for anything, trying to clear some ink. Find, there's one there, but can't quite push into it. Doesn't have the range, trying to clear and just play it, hide and seek, find him out. Rainmaker picked up now, trying to clear the path, and it looks pretty clear, but there's the one they couldn't find. Mocha punished for unfortunately not catching it. Marku manages to get out as well. Hammer is up for Zunks, looking to maybe clear this out. Gonna try to clear the path ahead. Has to, I mean, you've already asked enough from your Hammer player. I don't know that you can ask much more out of this for Zunks.
Yes, but something tells me that they will go for it again.
More.
They are on fire.
Looking for the, it'll be a reset, 140 on the clock, Crab to break here. Best B Team. Now, another shot, another push live. We'll send out what they've got here. Rainmaker does get picked up. Is there anybody? Finds one. There's one. Typo looking for more. Gets it out.
If they can stop the ball point, but they already used their inkjet, but that's okay. They found one lurking by the Rainmaker. They've got jumps in. They've got some ink down. There's one by the checkpoint. Best beat team has a chance if they can dodge this suction bomb. The hammer is back.
There's the wipeout for 2. And again, their best B team just can't seem to push back the mighty hammer here, just keeping them in check at that little choke point.
Yeah. I feel like B team has to be communicating maybe a little bit faster, keeping track which specialists are active on Hungry Hypothesis side. We're not really seeing that right now. If they can take advantage of the position that they do find themselves in, because they're getting to that ramp. They just need to stop the inkjet, stop the stamp, and I think they'll be making some good headway.
32 on the clock. Rainmaker's finally picked up here. Looking to push left, trying to find it, but the specialist comes out. That's 3 down for the side of Hungry Hypothesis, means the push is live. They will try to get it there. They'll get the checkpoint with 20 on the clock, means they'll have a chance to take it, and still numbers favor the best B team here. They can possibly tie this up. They didn't quite clear as far as they wanted to. 51 on the clock, 51 on the point, 8 seconds on the clock. The Rainmaker is still open, so it has to be grabbed. Will trigger overtime here. Still, anybody can grab this. There it is. It's over.
Hungry Hypothesis swooped in to take the Rainmaker out of there. They were not chancing it with the crab, with the jumps. That's what you have to do. Sometimes you just have to shut down a chance at overtime when you can. That's
just the way it be, though, and you love to see the fist bump. You love to see it. I've not had many of those myself, but you love to see that. Hungry Hypothesis now up 2-0, and best B team, you know, it's do or die now here. The set's lost, but you got to at least get this last point Hagglefish market on zones. You got to at least come up with something here. Otherwise, your seeding's going to be, your seeding's going to fall over, and you may have to face them again once we make cut.
Yes, this last game here in the prelims for best B team, this is the game to win.
If you're going to make a stand, you have to make it now. So, you know, I gotta give it. We were kind of calling it out, and I was kind of memeing a little bit, admittedly, but Typo had a couple moments there on those dualies. Really, some fantastic moments, just getting in, using those roles effectively, and really making it difficult to keep track of.
Yeah, that was excellent dually gameplay. That's what we want to see. Best B team on the weapons that they're strongest with, because like you pointed out earlier, they don't have a super wide endless index of flexible weapons for each player, you know, so you want to see them doing the things that their weapons do best.
And going into Hagglefish, you know, at this point, you got to know what you're doing best, because this is the last point before the cut. These teams both, you know, as we're making these final rounds, are sitting at about the middle of the pack, so likely they could see each other again, you know, relatively quickly once we turn the corner. Maybe not on stream, but it's very likely these teams will see each other again in the bracket segment. Let's go in, though. Let's see what's changed. We know what Typo isn't changing, but let's see what everybody else brings in with them. Zunk's still holding on to the stamper. I do like. I mean, you have to be feeling yourself after that 4K.
Yes. All right. Coming out into the mid here. I do want to see an early Tacticooler if we can from Hungry Hypothesis on this map, especially. It's so good. And there it is.
Love to see it. They're in control immediately early, so they'll get that taken down. But this is such a wide map. Typo already with the Crab, looking for more. Can't quite find, does find one. Looking for more, can't quite get it, but they will eventually flip control. 81 is where it stands for now.
Trying to find that last player, they do get the jump out. If Bteam can push up here, and they do, they find the end zap, no tacticooler for a while. They're trying to block this ramp, which is what we want to see them do, is follow up with each other's plays to keep the momentum up.
Zuka looking for somebody, does get punished eventually. A great read, but eventually is punished itself. 3-3, looking for more, but the clock continues to tick down. 48 before Bteam loses it, and that is a great bit of control that you're pretty happy with. You're gonna take this for a little bit while. You've got a nice cushion.
Yes, you do. You don't have to keep the zone under your control the entire time. Maybe neutralize it a couple times and wait till you find a pick or two. That's the position that Bteam's in right now.
6G coming in though. 3:30 on the clock. Looking in. Trades eventually, but the Crab. Typo again looking for more, just clearing off that high ground, trying to help it. 2 down for Hungry Hypothesis and Bteam burning down their penalty. 25 left before they start continuing to tick this. And this is what we wanted to see from them, right? We wanted to see them play up and play to each other's openings. And oh, what a deep angle. You love to see it. Typo going in, finds 2, looking for more, eventually gets themselves in a position. A little greedy here, looking for more. Doesn't get punished though, and Typo gets out with their lives.
Yes, barely, but that was beautiful. This is what we were talking about right before this game started. Playing to the strengths of the weapon, playing with each other. They do lose the zone. They lost, I think, 3 players there, but they just widened the gap.
Yeah, 22 to 81. Finally ticking down Hungry Hypothesis. They'll be in finally the remainder at 2:45 on the clock. Several specials up. Means that the hammer's out. Looking to repeat the magic here. Does find one, and they'll see themselves past the chumps looking for more. Can't quite clear the zone. Does manage to get the flip though.
They do get the flip, but at what cost? Best Bteam is in a decent position to neutralize. Maybe not to get the cap.
Andre's holding on. Stringer, we were looking at this. This was in the repertoire for them, and looking at some more. They're going to send the chumps back out to get control and buy a little more space on the zone, help the team keep that space they've got. It's 2 minutes on the clock. Trizuka finds 1, looking for more, finds a second. Great shooting from Mocha. That's exactly what you want out of your frontline player. Hammer goes sending. They have to cap it. They do get more. Mocha finds a 3rd, though. There's the 4th. And eventually, Best Bteam looking for more. It's 5. Mocha is on absolute fire right now.
That was amazing. Wow. Mocha really put everything on the line there and just went for it. It's a shame we saw Mocha swap from the Wiper, but it seems to be paying off.
Best Bteam burning down. They are past there. Oh, I was just about to say they're just past it. 2 and the penalty left as a minute 30 on the clock. But I mean, the Inkjet finds 1, and it looks like that will be where it stands. Best Bteam only 1 tick ahead. They did manage to control back, and now they will extend it just a little bit. Can they maintain control? They don't want to take the punishment. There we go, 20 and counting. Looking down, 15 with a minute on the clock. A DC no for Hungry Hypothesis late in the game means that they are going to have to play this 3v1. They did get control of the zone, but now it's an uphill task for them.
It is, but they have a special up. If they time it right, they can use this Trizuka, let the Wiper follow up with a stamp, and kind of stagger their specials in. Here we see beautiful catch on the flank from Best Bteam. The Inkjet went a little too far forward. The chumps come in. There's jumpers coming in.
Oh, it's all falling apart, Tao. Unfortunately, the chance they had with 30 seconds on the clock is there. The hammer comes through, does get punished though. And 30 seconds on the clock, Best Bteam just holding onto this control. It's all falling apart for Hungry Hypothesis. The 3-0 is losing its grip now.
It is. I hate to admit it, but it is. There's always that small chance. I want to hold out hope, but they're getting way too overextended now after losing a player.
Mocha needs to come up huge again there, but it doesn't look like that'll be the case. 2 seconds on the clock. Hypothesis does have control going into overtime here, but that is the team wipe, and that will be the game. Best Bteam, they get 1 for the road. And
I am
unfortunate.
so proud though of Best B
Yeah.
Team. They really coordinated and brought a lot of those little things that just weren't clicking in the earlier rounds, and they finally started to get them to click together here.
Right, you are. That's what we were asking them, put those pieces together. All of those pieces to a great puzzle are here, and you can see it. Now that Typo's getting the support when he goes in and starts rolling and starts moving, you can see that they're really capitalizing on it. So Best B Team, they lost the set here. They'll take the 1 point, but they are a team that you got to be aware of. So, I mean, now that we've finished top cut, it's going to be a big question mark to see where each of these teams fall going to the top. That you got to be aware of. So,
Yes.
I mean,
And so this is the last round. We tied up our preliminaries here. We'll be getting going with the top cut, but sadly, I will not be here.
That's it for us. Yeah, we're on our way out. You'll be joined by the ever incredible Genie and the Mr. DJam himself for the top 8. And what I'm just happy because we got some incredible Splatoon today. I don't know about you, Tab, but like these matches were great.
Yes, I always love being here. I love watching these matches. I feel like there's always something new to gain, always different perspectives from all these players, and sometimes when you see players coming from tournament to tournament, you see them grow individually. It's amazing. I love it.
Yep. The action's done for us, but we're not over here. Tao, where can the lovely people at home find you should they want to see and hear more from you?
I'm Tal Panda on Discord. I'm not too active on Twitter/X, call it what you will, but I am at the Tal Panda. What about you?
Words so of Danum across various esports. If you follow anything, we'll be there. And the other thing, DJM Don't Kill Me, I'm going to shout this out. If you are enjoying this action, there is going to be keep an eye out for Tropical Throwdown coming later this month. I'm helping put it all together, and it's going to be a phenomenal show. If you made friends here and you've got a great team, come enter them because there's plenty of incredible gameplay there. So from us and from Sabi, thank you, and we'll see you in the top 8.